Okay. So to find the union, remember union also means or, is the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the intersection. We know from yesterday's lesson that to prove two things independent, their intersection equals the probabilities of the two, right? Multiplying the probabilities of the two. So the reverse is true. If I tell you two things are independent, you can find their intersection, okay? What did I say? Did I say inverse? Their intersection. So this is an and. So this proves independence. If I tell you they're independent, then you know this is true, okay? So here is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do one more problem like this so that I can get a good video this time for my e-learners. So there's two parts to a question. And there's two parts that I expect you to know, two parts that the AP graders expect you to know. They wanna know if A and B are disjoint, how would you find that probability? Okay, so that's the first question. And then the second question, what if I tell you event A, oh my gosh, event A and B are independent? Okay. So those are the two, so this is one problem. And from this one problem, there's two things that you need to know. That you guys, even if it was a multiple choice question, you need to ask yourself, what did they tell me? Did they tell me that the events were independent? Or did they tell me they were disjoint? Or did they not mention anything? You guys, they really have to mention that they're independent. If they don't mention that they're independent, you will not do part B, okay? So part A, to find disjoint, to find the probability of A or B, and remember, union is or, you would just add the probability of A plus the probability of B, which equals 0.48 plus 0.17, which equals what? Because 0.40 plus 10, yeah, it's 0.65, right? Okay, now, if they say they're independent, again, if they say they're independent, then to find the union, it's going to be the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the intersection of A and B. Well, to find the intersection of A and B, we just learned this yesterday. If they say they're independent, then you're going to multiply them. So 0.48 times 0.17. So it would be 0.48 plus 0.17 minus, what is 0.48 times 0.17? I got 0.0816. Is that what you guys got? You're like, I don't know. I didn't do it. Right? Please make sure that I am correct so that if I need to, I can edit this video. Is it 0.0816? Okay, so what is the probability if A and B are independent? Okay, so if they're disjoint, means they have nothing in common, you just add the two. If they're independent, you need to find their intersection, and that's what we did yesterday. We found out that the intersection, that if they're truly independent, that their intersection, and you multiply them together, they should equal. But we don't have to prove that they're independent today because we have been told that they're independent, so we find their intersection, and that's the problem. How do you guys feel about that? Are you guys paying attention to me? I feel like on Wednesdays sometimes we just are, We're not meshing together as a family in AP Stats. Okay. Let's see. Can you guys read that a little bit? Okay. You play tennis regularly with a friend, and from past experience, you believe the outcome of each match is independent. For any given match, you have a probability of 0.6 of winning. The probability that you win the next 2 matches is. Okay. Because they say right there that they're independent, what are you going to do with the 2 events? What can you do? You can multiply it. So, you guys, when you see the word independence, in your head you need to think, oh, I need to multiply. So we're going to multiply match 1 times match 2. So 0.6 times 0.6 is? 136. And that's your answer. Okay, so some of them are nice, and then some probability problems you read and you probably like, oh, that's too simple. I can't do it that way. Yes, that's what it is. Okay.
So
go ahead.
Independent means that the result of the previous match doesn't determine or influence the second one.
Yep, and you just multiply them together. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, if it does, then there's some other stuff that we have to do, but I'm not there yet. That's a conditional probability, and right now I'm just trying to get that independence thing for you. Okay, the next one you guys are going to do on your own. Okay, because we just kind of did this problem, so let's see if you guys can do it. If the probability of A equals 0.24, and the probability of B equals 0.52, and A and B are independent, what is the probability of A or B? So let's do those problems right now and see if you guys can do those. Okay, so e-learners, you missed a really good story. Yeah, sorry. Okay, ready? So if P of A equals 0.24, P of B equals 0.52, now, did you notice that they give you the answer for the disjoint, right? Did they give you the answer just for, did they put the answer of 0.24 times 0.52 up there?
Yeah.
And they give you, so you guys, do you see what they do? You know the AP test is going to give you that, right? They're going to give you the disjoint probability. They're going to give you the independent probability. And then they're going to give you the union. And then they're just going to give you one that doesn't make sense. And then tell you, hey, the answer can't be determined. But we all know that it can be determined because they told us that the 2 events are independent. And so what do you guys get?
C.
The answer is C, correct. Okay, so just want to make sure that we understand those independent things. Okay, are we good with that? Okay.
Probably has to be the cruelest option.
So I want you to look at these 2 lines, okay? I got A and B. You guys are gonna laugh at this because I did these numbers last year. So looking at it, which one do you think was me? Which one do you think was the calculator? Okay, because we're gonna do a lab, and I'm gonna show you. Well, it's not really a lab, but it's an activity, and then it's gonna lead into some really cool stuff, and you're like, oh, great. So hold on one second.
Question.
Okay.
Did you write yours?
Okay, so this is what everyone's going to do. So I want you to get out a piece of paper, and I want you to put how random are we, okay? We're going to have 4 trials. You're going to label them A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, okay? You are going to decide, I want you to decide which one is the calculator and which one is the, hold on a second, so let me just tell you. So what you're gonna do is one trial is gonna be you and one trial is gonna be your calculator. So what I mean by that is A could be you and B is your calculator. And the second one, A could be the calculator, B could be you. A could be, like, it doesn't matter. You just have to pick a line. So in trial 1, is A gonna be your calculator and B gonna be you? I don't care, okay? The only person that should know should be you. So don't go and put a dot by them because you're going to share this information with someone. E-learners, I want you to do this too because I have a way of doing this, okay? So I want you to go to your calculator. So I want to make sure you guys know how to use your random integer.
Mine died.
Yours died. Okay. I'll give you mine in a second. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Just to remind you, you're going to hit the math key. You're going to go over the PRB key. And you're going to go down to the random integer key.
That's fine. Oh, yeah.
So math, scroll over to PRB, down to the random integer. You're going to hit enter. And then you're going to hit 0, 9, and you're going to close the parentheses. Now, if you have a fancy smancy calculator, it's going to ask you like 0 to 9, and then it will say your first digit and your last digit, right? Is that what it says on your fancy smancies? Because I don't know. Okay, and then you're just going to hit enter, and you're going to pick 10 of them. You're just going to scroll and do 10 numbers, and then you're going to write those numbers down. Why are you're getting decimals?
That means you didn't.
Okay, so the calculator's going to pick, you're going to have the calculator pick 10 numbers between 0 and 9. You're going to pick 10 numbers between 0 and 9. And then what we're going to do is we're going to join forces, and we're going to decide if we can figure out which one is the calculator and who is the human in the trial. Okay? So you guys do that at home, and I'll be back.